Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. For truth is always strange, stranger than fiction. The most total opposite of pleasure is not pain but boredom, for we are willing to risk pain to make a boring life interesting. When inequality takes root, a garden of problems flourishes. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. Real magic can never be made by offering someone else's liver. You must tear out your own and not expect to get it back. I have always thought that all philosophical debates are ultimately between the partisans of structure and the partisans of goo. The value of surrounding yourself with positive people is not what you get from them, but how good a person you have become because of them. In nature, everything is interconnected and woven together in a delicate dance of harmony and balance. The true vocation of man is to find his way for himself. A man can't soar too high when he flies with his own wings. The beautiful journey of today can only begin when we learn to let go of yesterday. Don't worry about being effective. Just concentrate on being faithful to the truth. I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him. The most powerful relationship you will ever have is the relationship with yourself. That truth should be silent, I had almost forgot. You have to rise above the squabbling and chaos and keep believing. You have to always keep your goals in mind. What we can change is our perceptions, which have the effect of changing everything. People who keep stiff upper lips find that it's damn hard to smile. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Don't be afraid of death, be afraid of the unlived life. When life doesn't meet your expectations, it was important to take it with grace. Slowly we became silent, and silence itself is an enemy to friendship. Don't have hope that the situation will be better. Have hope that your Savior will be nearer. Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know. When the going gets tough, put one foot in front of the other and just keep going. Don't give up. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. There are two ways of spreading light, to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. Our moral economy went bankrupt long before our financial one. Small is the number of them that see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. A person is wise if he listens to millions of advice and doesn't implement any of it. Atheism is a way of humility. It's to think oneself to be an animal, as we are actually, and to allow oneself to become human. We can do anything we want to if we stick to it long enough. I had to learn to live without you, and I couldn't make sense of it, because I left so much of me inside of you. It is a very funny thing that the sleepier you are, the longer you take about getting to bed. Sometimes you need a little crisis to get your adrenaline flowing and help you realize your potential. A whetstone, though it cannot cut, may sharpen a knife that will. Some choose to influence change, and some choose to be influenced by change. You choose which one are you. It's not that some people have willpower and some don't. It's that some people are ready to change and others are not. Life happens. Shit happens. And it happens a lot. To a lot of people. To have what you have never had, you have to do what you have never done. What would come dot, and you would have to meet it when it did. Maybe everyone is just waiting for someone else to save them. But remember, boy, that a kind act can sometimes be as powerful as a sword. Be the light you seek so desperately in your life and chase away that darkness. Life is a bittersweet journey, my friend, a bittersweet journey. Those who wish to market their good deeds must do well to place their bad deeds on the shelf too. Some beautiful paths can't be discovered without getting lost. Life is as easy or as hard as you think it is. It is culture that is the bully, or an ALDO central to Theo Waitley, saltation. Most of what matters in our lives takes place in our absence. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. If you can spend a perfectly useless afternoon in a perfectly useless manner, you have learned how to live. Personal perception of perfection is like that. You see what you want to see. After a while, you just see what you need to. You often meet your fate on the road you take to avoid it. We don't have to defeat any individual but our own self. You will find the key to success under the alarm clock. Just go with it, he thought. You won't figure out anything if you give in to fear. Failure is not when you fail once, but when you refuse to learn from your mistakes. Be known for your kindness and sympathy, for a kind gesture can heal a wound that only compassion can heal. A star is not honored for its size, but for its light. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. There are 3 sides to every story: yours, theirs, and the truth somewhere in the middle. Faster, faster, until the thrill of speed overcomes the fear of death. To say that the first casualty of war is truth is to miss the rather more important point that a principal weapon of war is lies. It is not that I am mad, it is only that my head is different from yours. If at first you don't succeed, destroy all evidence that you tried. There are souls in this world who have the gift of finding joy everywhere and leaving it behind them when they go. It's never the value of water but thirst. It's never the value of life but death, and it's never about the friendship but trust. Don't look so worried. Most successful missions are just a series of barely averted disasters. Clouds come floating into my life, no longer to carry rain or usher storm, but to add color to my sunset sky. In what will survive mayhem and harmony with my annihilation. There is but one true philosophical problem, and that is suicide. Go after what you want in life. Don't just talk about it. Take a step. Run. A true friend doesn't have guts. They beat you up and later plead with you to beat them back. Art is the social antithesis of society, not directly deducible from it. Vote for the man who promises least. He'll be the least disappointing. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. The truth is like salt. Men want to taste a little, but too much makes everyone sick. We live for our time, we do the deeds that change our world today. We are the people of the present, and now is what we say. People have boldness to criticize, but not to sensitize. The good which every man, who follows after virtue, desires for himself, he will also desire for other men. You can't have living without dying, so you can't call it living what we got. We just are, we just be, like rocks beside the road. The right thing and the easy thing are never the same. No, that is the great fallacy, the wisdom of old men. They do not grow wise. They grow careful. Those who win never give up. Those who give up never win. Learn from stars, even in the dark, that give off light, not despair. We are supposed to call poison medicine, and we wonder why we're always sick. In my many years, I have come to a conclusion that 1 useless man is a shame, 2 is a law firm, and 3 or more is a Congress. You owe no one explanation of what you do, especially those who ask not to help but to judge you. Acts of kindness. A random act of kindness, no matter how small, can make a tremendous impact on someone else's life. I've heard that the soul often recognizes truth when it hears it, even if the mind does not. Kindness is not a business. True kindness expects nothing in return and should never act with conditions. Do the hard jobs first. The easy jobs will take care of themselves. Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe or we are not. Both are equally terrifying. If everyone helps to hold up the sky, then one person does not become tired. Sometimes you can see things happen right in front of your eyes and still jump to the wrong conclusions. Never stop. Never stop fighting. Never stop dreaming. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts. But if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties.